3, 2, 1. We already got Oh.
Give me a minute.
Hello, everyone. It's Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead, and we are at the gathering place. I have on my Deep South t-shirt, and I don't know if y'all can see it, but anyways, the gathering place. We're right down here in the bottom of Mississippi because people are always asking where we're at. We're not on the coastline. We're right up from it. And Danny and I used to we did a couple of 3 gatherings, we called them, where we invited people from all over the United States to come down to Mississippi and join us and have a good time till Kirby hit.
Yeah, till the big C hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people from a lot of different places, man. I tell you what, guys.
And we're early.
We're early tonight. It's crazy here. We got up this morning and could walk around in shorts and a t-shirt. And
I can walk around in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah,
you don't wear shorts.
I don't wear shorts, but Wanda was walking around in shorts and t-shirt. By dinner time,
yeah,
it was
before dinner.
Before dinner, it was cold. And right now, it's really cold because the wind is howling outside.
We're not used to this. It takes us by surprise, like every time it happens, because it was 80 something, nearly 90 yesterday. As far as heat index.
Heat indexes we've been having around close to 90. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's pretty warm outside, and then to walk out and go, because I went out this morning and fed my chickens and stuff, and I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was nippy. It was cool.
Yeah, but you could. It wasn't.
But I wasn't cold, and I came in and did some things, and we were making lard, and I had to go outside and get my jars, and it had been about hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Or, well, it'd probably been 2 hours or more.
And Mickey and him says it's snowing in the hills of Tennessee.
Oh. And so when I opened the door to go outside, because I have to get my jars there in my she shed, I come back and I said, Danny, it's cold.
Yeah.
It dropped 10 to 15 degrees in less than 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
it was cold.
We got no rain today. We got absolutely zero rain. Yeah. We just got the wind, the clouds, and the cold weather.
Yeah, and it was kind of crazy.
And we got a fire going in the heater in there right now, trying to keep the house warm.
And we had a fire last night at the cabin.
Oh, last night last night was probably one of the most wonderful nights we've ever spent at the cabin. I mean, the temperature was perfect.
I think we were asleep early.
We were laying there, and because we're off grid, and
doing this early.
Yeah, we're off grid, and when the sun went down, Wanda and I were sitting in the cabin. We had a fire going in the fireplace. And it got dark outside, and we kind of laid back in the chairs, and we both drifted off to sleep. And we woke up, and she goes, I woke up because the fire was going out. And I went and put a piece of wood on the fire, and Wanda goes, what time is it? How late is it? And I looked at my watch, and I said, well, it's almost 6 o'clock. You know, almost 7 o'clock.
Almost 7. Almost like 6:46 or something.
6:43 or something like that.
It was crazy.
And she goes, what?
I thought it was like 10 o'clock.
No.
And so I laid there a while. We watched the fire, listened to some music, and after a while, I'm like, I'm going to bed. It's got to be 9 o'clock. And Danny goes, it's 7:30.
It's 7:30. I mean, when you go to the cabin, time stands still.
Oh,
I mean, because there's nothing there to occupy you. There's no media. There's no.
Well, I have a little radio it's a battery-operated radio that I just plug into a USB and charge the battery.
Yeah, it's a rechargeable.
And that's all we have. That's the only noisemaker that we have over there, other than the fireplace blower makes a blowing noise in the background. It's not annoying or anything, but that's it. We don't have no noise.
We have no noise there.
The neighbors making racket, I guess.
Well, the cabin is soundproof just about, so you can't really hear it in the cabin.
We're outside.
Yeah.
So other than neighbors occasionally.
Yeah, it's just wonderful, literally wonderful. Thus, tonight we got to thinking about it. We're like, since the time change, a lot of people.
It's messing with Danny.
It's messing with me real bad. Wanda and I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start our day. I get up a lot earlier than that. But we got to thinking, maybe there's a lot of you guys who don't want to be up till 9 o'clock at night watching a live stream. So we said, well, you know what? we're not doing anything, so let's just go live at 7 instead of 8, and let's just see how it works out. You know, I mean, see what y'all think.
I put up a poll to start with, and
77%
said they liked the new time, like 7. It would help them. So we'll just see. We'll see how it goes tonight, and
hey, Kay,
we'll see what all happens.
Yeah. So we thought maybe we might get a few extra people who don't normally get to see us live tonight if we go live at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock.
And then we may lose a few that won't pop in till 8 o'clock.
Yes.
But that's okay. We'll work with it. You can't please everybody.
No, you can't please everybody, but lots of people are saying thank you, like the new time,
and it is difficult for me to see, and I guess it's difficult for you too. I need the thing to sit a certain spot, like right there. I can see it there.
Yeah.
When it's further back, my glasses, I have a certain spot I can see. And
I mean, God, we don't. A lot of y'all saying something. There's different people live at 8 o'clock. We don't care who's live. I'll be honest with you, because there's like almost 8 billion people in the world to watch YouTube. I mean, so it doesn't matter to us who's live or who's not live.
We've just done 8 o'clock for 5 or 6 years.
That was where we started out at, and we
on the Homestead Network, we started out at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, and we've always done 8. And every year when it gets this time of the year, Danny goes, "I really wish we'd move it up. I really wish we'd move it up." And I said, "But people are used to 8 o'clock Saturday night." And so last week was a struggle. I ain't gonna lie. We were both exhausted at 8 o'clock. And a lot of people were saying, "Y'all look tired. Y'all look tired." And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to be asleep."
Well, I mean, we got to think, on the East Coast right now, it's already 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if we waited till 8 Central, it's 9 for them going into 10 o'clock at night, which is really not fair to them. And then, of course, the people on the West Coast, there's still daylight out there.
And they're probably out still shopping.
Yeah, they're probably still out doing what they do.
But that's okay.
But we thought about we'd just do the earlier time, And then, we took some polls, asked some questions, and Wanda had to pull it down right quick because it took our chat away.
Yeah, I asked a question. What was it?
She asked the question, what discussion would you really like to hear?
Topic, yeah.
Or topic would you really like for us to discuss? Just give us some ideas, because we want to make sure you get what you come here for. We don't want to be, sitting here coming up with some idea that we really like and you don't care anything about. So we would like to ask the question, what do y'all think?
Flutie Lick and Grizz, Abama Gardner. I see several. Hippie Girl, Coastal Redwood. I see lots of people. Jasper's mom. That reminds me. Okay, hold on. Where'd it go? Jasper's mom. Sandpaper.
Oh,
yeah. He's looking at me like, what?
Okay, yeah. We've been getting several things in the mail, and I want to tell you how much we appreciate it. One specifically for me was I got some 3000 grit sandpaper for redoing my shotgun with that I've been working on, my 410, from Jasper's mom. And I really, really appreciate that, because it gives me the paper I need now to start getting the barrel down. Now I just got to come up with a gun bluing kit that I'm a specific one, so that I can take the gun, get it apart and blue it and everything, get it back into good working order. The only problem is right now, where the shells go down in the gun at is, I didn't realize it, the barrel looks like a mirror once I cleaned it. But where the shell sits in it at, the gun originally, because it's so old, they used paper shells back then. And there was some paper shells left in it, and it got moist. And there's some light rust starting around where the shell's at, and it won't flip the shells out. So I've got to figure out a way to get in there and hone that out and get it back really shiny again, where I can re-oil it and take care of it.
Okay. This is from Miss Jimmy Bass, and Miss Jimmy sent me several books, and one of them I've already given away, and I have 4 more.
Like 4 more there.
Okay, 3 of them were part of the Foxfire series, and one of them is a herb recipe book, and one of them is natural healing, which is my all-time go-to book for if you have a problem going into it looking for any way of natural healing, whether it's herbs or anything else. It just gives you a whole write-up about the subject. And I gave that book, the first Foxfire 2 book, away on Freesteading in the library. So I'm going to be giving these others away. If you're not on Freesteading, it's freesteading.com. Go over and sign up and check the library off and on, because I'm going to be giving away 2 more Foxfire books, 1 herb recipe book, and nutritional healing over there over the next week or 2. Also, the Christmas art contest.
Yeah, we have a Christmas art contest going on over there, where, and it will be broken down into age groups in order to keep it fair. You'll have to get your children to draw, or I guess it's just drawing, isn't it?
It could be any type of art.
Any type of art, because I wanted to say painting, but I guess you could paint if you wanted to.
You could do whatever.
Whatever you want to is what is it? How you would perceive a freesteading Christmas.
Yeah. Yes.
You mail it to
Spags LLC. It's in the description.
Yeah.
I'll have to get Miss Lippy to pull the description. Pull the address to send the Christmas art to, but it's Spags LLC, and it's in, is it Topeka, Kansas?
yes.
I don't remember the street and the zip, but Miss Lippy can post that for you guys, or you can come back and check this video and look in the description. It's in there. And so y'all join freesteading.com for those type things that's going to be going on. Now, this came from Karen, and she sent these bookmarks that she made, and they're what do you call that? Feel of it? What's it called?
I know what it is, but it's
where you put plastic over.
Yeah, laminated.
Laminated. That's it.
Laminated.
Okay, thank you, Karen. And we also got a double bluebird, which is not in here right now. I forgot to bring it. A double bluebird. Danny and I are collecting bluebirds, and the I Am of Me sent it, and so I'm going to be adding that probably to the cabin. I'm taking a lot of our bluebird stuff over there. Got a letter from Lacey and Larry.
Double L Farms.
What does that say? Where do you see that?
Up at the top.
Oh, okay. There you go. He's reading them around me. We got something from Terry in Alabama. I'm not going to show his address, but
right.
Got something from them. Miss Kathy. Now, Miss Kathy sends me a letter off and on, at least maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, and I really enjoy, because she has a way of writing, y'all. I wish I could sit down and just kind of read her notes ever so often. Ken sent this one, and this was from Karina, Dennis, and Chris, and they sent some seeds here. I'm not sure if I showed some of this before. This book came, and I don't think we know who sent this one, right?
I didn't see a name in it. I didn't see a name on it nowhere.
It's a classic reprint called The Book of the Farm, detailing the labors of the farm steward, plowman, shepherd, hedger, farm laborer, field worker, and cattleman. So ever who sent this book, thank you so much. Danny's glancing through it off and on, and I picked it up today and was looking at it. So let me put that one down. And then I want to say, I'm not sure who sent this one. It's called Braiding Sweetwater. I don't think I had a name on who sent it either. But this one is a lot to do with the natives and the indigenous wisdom, scientific knowledge, and teaching of plants. Very interesting, and I've been kind of reading through it when I have a few minutes.
So Danny, you're a farm-all fanatic? Yes, I am. I'm a farm-all fanatic.
Yeah.
I love my farm-alls.
And then we had visitors
We had visitors this past week. Yes.
Like, yeah.
Almost like every day.
Kayla and
Grandin and GR came by. Gave us 2 packs of seeds. We spent the biggest portion of a day with them.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed the visit.
And they're coming back.
They're coming back.
They're in the neighboring county.
Yeah.
And then my daughter, it was both my daughter's birthdays this week. My youngest daughter's was the 8th. My oldest daughter's the 9th. My oldest daughter came on the 8th and spent most of the day with us. And so we want to wish both of them, hope they both had a happy birthday, Amy and Maggie.
Yeah.
And Faith came to clean, which is my granddaughter, come to help clean. And then she brought her boyfriend, Paul. He got out of school early and she went and got him. So we got to visit with them a little while. Or I did. You were busy that day.
I was busy. I was over to the neighbor's house. I was helping them out.
Yeah. So we've had kind of a busy week.
Just email me, Kay. Send me an email, Kay.
And we're going to be doing sugarcane shortly.
Yeah, we are. We got sugarcane.
We keep saying that, but it won't turn cold today.
Hopefully, we can get enough cool weather without high wind, because the wind will knock your cane down when you're trying to cook it, and it just makes for a mess. You know, so you need, you just need some calm weather, and you need to be able to, have cold weather too.
Yeah.
Billy must be in here somewhere.
Billy's here somewhere. All right. Rita is saying Whitney Webb wrote 2 books. That would be a great to read to catch up on what has been happening throughout the U.S. and the world regarding politics insights. Is that
political insights from her research worth
I'm
the
not
time.
sure who she's talking about. So I thought she was talking about one of my books, but I don't get that. So I'm not sure, Rita.
Whitney Webb is awesome. Danny, do you have a ham radio? No, I don't have a ham radio. I have real good friends that are the head of the ham radio system here in our county, but I don't have time to go get the license and stuff like that, and I don't have time to sit around and yak on it anyway. So
Hippie Girl, happy birthday. She's 70 today. So y'all tell Hippie Girl happy birthday.
Ann says, my cabbages are so big, but they're so confused. Hot, hot, hot. Be careful with it being hot, because they will bolt on you overnight. The top of them will split open and a stem will come up out of it. I've had
to harvest them.
I've had it happen. Yep.
Yeah, we're having to harvest our lettuce right now because it's just fixing to bolt.
It's fixing to bolt.
And so I've been harvesting and eating on it some. I was hoping to have lettuce for a while, but that ain't gonna happen. Unless I go buy some more and put in there. Because I don't do good with lettuce and seeds.
Big Kid 71 says, everyone who homesteads should read 10 Acres Enough by Edmund Morris. I actually have the book and have read most of it. Yes, I agree.
I think you sat down and read it all in one day.
I read just about the whole book in one day.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
Somebody sent it to Danny.
Yeah, the thing about it is, with our weather roller coastering like it is, so many things are trying to bolt. I'm actually still picking zucchini squash.
Oh, Mickey asked, have you had any time to use any of the lumber? I forgot. He put the floor down after y'all left.
The next day.
No, you put it down that evening.
Oh, that evening. I did put it down that afternoon.
You put most of it and got up the next morning and finished. Yeah. So the floor's done.
Yeah.
And since then, we've had other projects, so we haven't got any other woodworking, but the whole loft is done. And I meant to put that video in with some other stuff, and I forgot it. It's still sitting there.
It's still sitting there, but I did. Within
24 hours.
Within 24 hours of the time you was here, Mickey and Kathy, that floor was down.
Yeah. So it's done.
How cold, Dennis says, how cold can carrots tolerate? Ours have been down in the 20s, and the tops get bit a little bit, but they still Cadillac.
Explain what it means by bolting.
What happens when something bolts? It means it goes to seed. Basically,
the stem comes up and puts out seeds.
Yeah, it depends on if it's lettuce, it'll have a stem coming up and they flower and go to seed. If it's a cabbage, it goes to seed. If it's broccoli, all the flowers all of a sudden just turn to seed. I mean, basically, when you eat broccoli, you're eating was it? There's no such word as ungrown. Uh, an immature head or an immature flower. If you're eating broccoli, you're eating an immature flower.
Flower head, yeah.
Why can't I grow onions? Well, Brandon, it depends on what kind you're trying to grow, because there's a short day, day neutral, long day, multiplying onions. It all depends on what kind you're trying to grow and where you live at in the country. You have to grow a specific onion for your region of the country.
Yeah. Now, Miss Gail wants to know, if yellow wax beans aren't completely dry on the plant, can she still dry the seeds?
As long as the bean is beyond the yellow stage and starting to turn a little bit, yes, you can. I would pull the whole plant up if it was me, and just leave them on the plant to dry.
Darlene says bolting is sad, but it's beautiful. It really is. It's really part of it when it starts flowering out. Let's see. I'm not seeing too many more questions. We did some lard today.
Oh yeah,
out of our last 2 pigs, it's been sitting in my freezer, and we just have been putting it off and putting it off. And yesterday, Danny said, just go ahead and take it out. So last night I cut up probably a big bowl and finished it this morning and started it. And Danny sat there and cooked it off, and the cracklings were so good.
Yeah. Oh man, we made. I forgot how many pints of lard did we make today? 8.
Mm-hmm.
We made 8 pints of lard today, and I made a whole big tray of cracklings out of it. And then Wanda turned around and made some cornbread with some pepper and cracklings and all that in it. I'm gonna tell you what, buddy, it will make you slap your mama for sure. Yeah. Boy, man, was that good. We just planted our garlic too, Colleen.
Wanda hadn't got a video done.
Wanda don't got the video up yet.
I'm hoping the planting onions hopefully will be up Monday. And I kind of got into a sugarcane frenzy. I wanted to do a special something for sugarcane, and I have spent better part of 2 days and ain't got nothing done. So I don't know. Sugarcane may go out the window. We want a live stream. We hadn't practiced the live streaming outside to see how that's going to work. But we do want to do some stuff with the sugar cane, but I don't know.
Oh, let's see here.
But we will get the garlic video.
Have we ever bought leaf lard? We've made leaf lard.
Yeah. I have a couple of jars left.
We still have a couple of jars left, yeah, from one of our previous pigs. That comes from the fat around the kidneys and up in there. Somebody's asked a question a couple of times. How to know when their corn is dry? I just leave mine until it just shrivels up on the cob as much as possible, and when it shells off real easy with your thumbs and your cob is dry, it's usually ready. And I store mine in the deep freeze, because if you don't, all corn has weevil eggs in it. And if you put it in the deep freeze for about 2 weeks, it kills all those weevil eggs, and then you can take it out and store it however you want to.
Okay. How do you get the cracklings to crisp? Mine goes slimy.
Well, first of all, cracklings have to be pressed. Most people don't realize that. When you cook them to a point where when you rolling them around in the grease with your spatula or whatever it is that you're using, your big spoon or paddle or whatever, when you hear it hit them, it sounds like rocks kind of hit something hard hitting against it. You take them out, and then you press them, and you squeeze as much of the grease out of them as you can get out of them, and then you take them from there and you put them over on a big tray with some paper towels or something on them, and you leave them until they completely cool off, and you put a little salt over them, and
make yourself sick.
You'll make yourself sick, but they'll actually fluff back up a little bit, and let me tell you,
dry out.
They dry out that way. Yeah.
If you don't press them, they'll be mushy and slimy.
They'll be soggy and slimy and all that kind of stuff if you don't press them.
And I ate so much till I still feel. I mean, Danny says you're going to be sick, and I'm probably going to be sick tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll probably stay on the toilet or something. It'll be bad.
Gail said, "Did you find the wax you were looking for?" No, we really didn't.
I didn't go to. Well, we went in Walmart, or I did. He stayed in the truck.
I stayed in the truck. I ain't going in that place.
I went and got cranberries.
Yeah.
They had cranberries for $1.50 a bag. I don't know what they usually, but I think they're more than that. And I bought 10 bags of cranberries and come home and put some of them in the freezer and made some cranberry sauce. We like fresh cranberry sauce, and while we have fresh oranges, well, satsumas, I use the satsumas and make cranberry sauce. And no, I don't have videos on this time, but I do have on Crazy Days, I think, making the cranberry sauce, and I think I have it possibly on Deep South, but I know on Crazy Days I made cranberry sauce. While I was in there, I was going to pick his wax up. Well, I got to looking and I didn't see it where I thought it should be, and I decided I was not walking all over the store, so I turned around and walked out. It probably was in the store if I'd have looked, but I didn't do that.
Do y'all winterize your ponds? What do you use? No, we don't winterize nothing here. I mean, our ponds don't freeze over or nothing like that. They may get some ice around the edges or something, but fish, even if it freezes over, it's not going to hurt the fish. They just go to the bottom and they lay on the bottom and basically stay dormant. So we don't winterize anything.
All right, Tip Top, it says, where'd you buy 25 pounds? I bought...
They're talking to
somebody else.
Somebody else, because I saw back where they bought 25 pounds of
Oh, I thought they were asking about the cranberries. I only bought 10 bags.
No, back here.
And Lippy said that is a good price. I thought it was because.
We got a 25-pound bucket of lard.
We be careful.
Be careful with buying lard from a store. We bought a bucket to use on our wood stove, and it's got like 25 different chemicals in it. It's not even real lard.
It's processed.
It's processed big time.
What wax are you looking for? Gulf wax.
Gulf wax, like you make candies with and stuff like that. We use it to dip the end of our sugar cane with when we sell it.
All right, somebody said, did I hear you say not to have curtains, just blinds? Why can
you can have curtains, but they need to be blackout curtains.
Curtains.
We have blackout curtains in the cabin, and we have blinds in the house. And the reason we said that is because of the heat that's coming.
Well, no, the blinds we have, most of the house, almost the whole house, is those thick,
real big, thick
blinds.
Yeah.
Now this room has the little cheap Walmart blinds.
The office here has it has the little steel.
Yeah.
Little
but
small
the others are
ones.
those good, thick, what they call blackout type blinds, because when you shut them, it takes the sun out.
Can you still eat collards after a hard freeze? Yeah, they get sweeter, as a matter of fact.
They taste better.
It's better if they just get a frost on them, but if they freeze, you want to get them off. Ours go all winter here. They don't ever die.
Yeah.
Everybody's want to know, how's my thumb? It's coming along pretty good. They told me, I think when I go back in a week and a half, possibly it may be my last time to go back. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, somebody says they have sunscreens on their windows. Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Gulf wax is usually available in a grocery store in the can department. See, I didn't go to the canning department. I was in the food department, and I thought they would have them since it's almost Christmas, I figured it'd be in the candy section where you would make with the chocolate chips and all this, where you'd be making candy.
Yeah.
And there was none there. And I decided from there I'd have to walk all the way across the store to the canning department, and I decided it wasn't worth it.
Kay says, elaborate on the curtains. Kay, there's
blackout curtains.
They're blackout curtains, and it's because of what's coming. I talked about this over on Patreon. A long time ago. We got some solar events that's fixing to start taking place and happening in this country, or in the world, actually, not just the country, but in the world. Our temperatures are going to get beyond what we can handle. And the only way you're going to be able to keep your house cool in the summertime is you're going to have to be able to black those windows out.
All right, what is a good time to plant sugarcane? We fixing to get into sugarcane season?
It was about a week ago. It was a good time.
Sunscreen on the window. Okay, Grizz, I didn't say sunscreen on the windows. A screen.
You did say it.
Sun.
You did say a sunscreen on the window. There is a such thing as sunscreen for windows.
But not the sunscreen, Grizz.
Not the kind you wipe on.
I know where his mind is going.
Yeah. Question: do you think North Korea is actually what we should be most concerned about? No. No.
Wax is close to the sugar in Walmart here.
I
Well, I would have thought it would have been around
told her
the
to go. I
chocolate
told her,
sugar.
said, go look where they make the candies at, like
I
sugars
did.
and stuff like that. It should be right there.
I just didn't see it here. Let's see. You should get Mr. Danny a pair of steel gloves. Huh. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what we determined today. He has no fingerprints on this thumb.
Yeah, for the first time.
Absolutely none.
I mean, look, when I went to get fingerprinted, I have to be fingerprinted. Yes, I do. The officer for 30 minutes tried to get a fingerprint from me and failed. And finally he got a little bit of a fingerprint, and he says, okay, that's just going to have to do it. Well, now there will be no fingerprint. And no, the mafia did not do it.
Yeah. Okay, my daughter is a seamstress that has made curtains for years and years and years. Well, she's not that old. And she's going to get me on that.
How dare you? Amy.
She's 20 years younger.
How would you put up with your mother saying such things about you?
She's used to it. Okay. She said you can buy blackout curtains or you can make your own because there's blackout lining at Hobby Lobby. It's 54 inches wide. So if you don't know how to find them or you already have curtains and you don't want to do something different, go to Hobby Lobby and ask for blackout lining. Where are we located?
In the office right now. Is that a good enough answer?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, we're about 30 miles north of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. China is our biggest concern? Technically not. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know what our biggest concern is, but hey, can you eat rape greens? I know exactly what they are. I plant them for the deer, but I usually do not eat them because they're real high in oxalates. And I have kidney stones pretty bad, which I'm battling right now, and so I don't eat them.
Yes, I can check Walmart online and see if it's available. I'm pretty sure it's there because that's where I bought the last. I just didn't want to walk all over the store. I'm lazy.
What are our thoughts on the Sinai meeting for climate change? Well, technically, it's not about climate change. It's actually about something else. I can't go into it here. Climate change is a real good cover-up for what they're doing.
All right, do we make our own laundry soap? No, I used to, and I have stuff available if I have to, but I buy the liquid laundry detergent that when it's on sale for $5.99, $6.99, something like that, that will last me a month, and I can't make it that cheap anymore. When we were making laundry detergent, the boxes were bigger. I could make quite a bit for under 10, 12 bucks. Now, what I made then for 10 to 12 bucks would cost me 25 to 30. So it's not worth it for me to do that, and my stash is here in case I need it.
Somebody actually gets it.
What'd they say?
Noodlehead77 actually understands. Our biggest concern right now is weather modification. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not another country. It's our own country and weather modification.
And what's in our atmosphere out there coming in.
What's coming into our atmosphere.
Our weather.
Yeah.
Anything weather-wise, you can't do anything about except ride the train.
You can just ride the train. That's it. Yes, our biggest concern is our own government. Yeah.
Okay. So Shay says Wiggins Walmart has Gulf Wax on aisle 813. Love it.
Oh, man.
This online thing, all you got to do is ask somebody. They can find stuff for you. 813. Remember that when I go back.
Gulf Wax, $12 locally at Walmart with curbside pickup. $12?
Oh, my word.
We didn't pay that for what we got.
It was like $2, $3.
It was like $4. We paid like $3 for a box of Gulf Wax.
You may not be getting that in a while.
We are not in touch with reality.
Well, I'm going to
tell you. We don't go to Walmart but once or 3 times a year, maybe. And
I had to get out of there. I can't.
Mom started freaking out. She had to run out of there. I thought somebody was chasing her with a gun or something. She come running out of there. You know. But anyway, I mean,
No, I did come out going,
she did
how
kind of,
does anybody buy anything in the store?
well, it was Piggly Wiggly you went in and came out of.
It was the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
But now Walmart's prices are not as bad, but they're still
$3.97 in Wiggins. See?
good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Shay.
$12 was about freaking me out, or 15.
It's 15 on Amazon, they said.
Oh yeah, Amazon's crazy. Don't
Why won't Danny go into Walmart? Because
He had
Danny,
diesel on the back of the truck. He wasn't.
I ain't leaving my fuel on the back of my truck. And personally, I don't want to go to Walmart anyway. I hate Walmart.
But
I ain't.
the other day we had already picked up diesel that was on the back of the truck, and he said, "There ain't nobody stealing my diesel."
Yeah. Yes.
So that was why he didn't go into Walmart. Just being honest.
She's telling you the truth. I said, because I'd have to shoot somebody if they mess with my fuel. I was sitting there with a pistol waiting. I'm like, don't nobody mess with my fuel on the back of my truck.
What are both of y'all's favorite foods?
Cornbread and...
What's your favorite food?
It's one of my favorite foods. I can eat cornbread every day of my life. Especially crackling cornbread. I'm a country boy.
Mine would have to be sweet stuff. I'm a sweetaholic. I like cakes and stuff, and I have discovered a new cake this week. Didn't do a video, I'm sorry, but I plan on making another one because I liked it so much. I'm gonna make a new one.
Yeah.
And I will video it. And it was a whole orange cake. Actually, it was a whole tangerine, maybe 3 tangerine cake, because tangerines are small. So I did 3 whole tangerines to make the cake, and it was amazing. I gave Amy some when she was here, and she can't taste very well, but she said at least she could taste some sweet, and she liked it because it did help her taste buds.
I'm telling you what, I feel better. I feel better already.
What?
About 15, 20 people just said they ain't been to Walmart in forever. I feel better now. I'm not the only one in the world that feels that way. And yes, my next favorite food is sweet potatoes. Y'all already guessed it.
Yeah.
A lot of pecans runs the next really, really close. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. Now, I like things like a good dressing and a good pan of dumplings.
Hey, Lippy put up our crackling cornbread. Thank you, Ms. Lippy.
And so I could, if I had to, I couldn't eat it every day, but 3 or 4 times a year, I love dressing and dumplings. That's one of my favorites. I love a good fried chicken. I don't fry chicken, so we don't ever get fried chicken. But the last time, it's probably been almost 2 years ago that I ate at Popeyes, and that was always my go-to. I loved Popeyes. It tasted horrible. So I don't know if my taste buds changed or what. I didn't like Popeyes.
Miss Gail gets it. Miss Gail's got it now. She said, Danny doesn't go into Walmart because stupid hurts. Miss Gail, you are so right.
She want to win a prize.
She want to win a prize for that one. Man, I tell you what. I went in Walmart one time, and I'd love to tell you the story right here, right now. But if I told y'all the story, we'd probably get thrown off of YouTube. I'm not going to lie to you. Miss Wanda and me and another young lady went into Walmart. I can't even tell that. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I walked down an aisle, and I saw something that scarred me forever. Literally.
Don't even go there because
the anatomy of the female body has been changed in my mind forever.
Yeah, I think it was in mine the other day too.
Yes.
I was like, oh my. This woman walked in front of me, and I'm like, I just turned my head. I'm like, I can't do this. So, people in Walmart ought not to look like they look.
Yeah, they ought not.
And I'm talking about facial features.
No. We're talking about dress code, you know. And I had a second experience in Walmart in the cooler section with a woman. And it ought not be that way. I'm going to tell you. You need to be dressed when you go to the store.
Well, these people were dressed. It's just what they were in that created the issue.
Yeah.
Just let it be known that you need to pay attention and look in the mirror before you walk out of the house. And at least examine and think, is this appealing or not before you walk out? I don't know. Maybe they thought it was appealing. It was horrible.
James wants to know what I did for a living, I guess. I just caught a glimpse of it and went by. I did a lot of things in my life, James.
What has he not done?
that would be easier for me to explain than what I have done. I mean, I went to school to be a mechanic. I've been a body man not physical body, but car body. Well, I've worked on physical bodies too. I've cut hair. I've been a sheet metal worker. I've formed and fabricated ductwork. I've been a welder. I've been a carpenter for 20-something years. I own 3 companies. I was a long distance shooter. I did a lot of things in life.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's people of Walmart videos. I can't watch those. A friend of mine at our office, she pulled some up one time and was sitting there laughing at them. And I said, no. I looked at 1 or 2 and I'm like, I don't even want to see no more.
Yeah, they some clothes that ought to have a size limit on them. You know, I mean, it's bad. It's really bad.
Walmart don't have a dress code.
No, Walmart don't have no dress code. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No. I can attest to that.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, it's not just Walmart. You can go anywhere in the world.
A minister, yes. I was a minister for several years. Yes.
He's been let's see.
I've been a counselor. I used to do facial profiles.
A gardener.
I've been a gardener. I've been
animal husbandry.
I've been a slacker. I've been a drinker. I ain't never been a smoker.
You've done podcast and YouTube.
I've done podcasts, YouTube. I've been a public speaker.
What else have you done?
I've been places I ought not be. I've been places I don't want to talk about.
Places you shouldn't be.
Places I probably should have went and I didn't go. I've buried a lot of people. I've held a lot of people in my arms while they died. There's been a lot of things I've done.
I do not do any quilting. My mother did, but
I've never been a mason. Well, I've been a brick mason, but not a mason.
Yeah. No, he's not a mason. Do you use homemade lard? How do you use
How do we store homemade lard? We can it. We put it in jars and can it, just like we don't put it in a pot and can it. We just put the hot lard in a warm jar.
Hold on.
And seal it. Ms. Wanda's fixing to bring you one of them in here to look at. We just done it today. It's not through drying completely and cooling off, but it's in the process of it anyway. We'll just say that. And I've been a singer. I was a lead singer for a group one time. Yes,
solidified.
It hadn't solidified.
It's getting there, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, still in
all sealed.
It's still in the liquid form. We don't want to be sloshing it around in the jar, but it's still in the liquid form.
It's starting to solidify now.
Rhonda says, Danny, were you a male model? Well, that's one of the things I told you I can't talk about.
That's one of the things he did not do that he's going, I should have been a model.
I did tell her one time I should have been a model. You probably should have.
He's too skinny.
Well, I used to wasn't. I had to lose weight.
Yeah, you was kind of big one time.
Yeah, I had a 42-inch waist at one time, believe it or not.
Let's see. Sing a song. Oh, I don't know. Are you a veteran?
I can't talk about that.
All right, let's move on. Danny sings.
Water or pressure can on the lard? Neither. We didn't do either one.
We had the jars hot. We poured the hot boiling lard into it and put the lids on, and it sealed within 20-25 minutes. They had sealed. They started clearing, cooling off, and it takes a while for it to solidify. By in the morning, it should be solid.
Do we keep our lard in the fridge after canning it or on the shelf? Well, we just keep it on the shelf. Well, we've had some.
We open it.
We've got some sitting on the shelf in there that's what, 3 years old, 4 years, or
3.
3 years old, and it's still good.
Yeah, you model your overalls and t-shirts.
I do. I model my overalls and stuff.
All right.
Have you ever figured out algebra? Barely passed with a C. Oh, he said, I have never been able to figure out algebra. Well, I do angles and trapezoids and a lot of stuff like that, but I don't like algebra because to me it makes absolutely no sense. I can do it, but it's just stupid, you know?
Well, somebody was asking about the shelf life. Usually, lard I would use within a year to 18 months, but we have some that we made one year about 3 years ago. We made like, I don't know how many. We had probably 60, 70 jars or more. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And so we still have some, and we made some last year. So they kind of got mixed up. I was trying to use the oldest first, and some of them got shifted around when I was bringing some stuff in. And so I still have some of the 3-year-old jars.
No, we don't pressure can any of our lard. People, that keeps it being asked about. No, we don't pressure can any of it.
Would you happen to know if it would be the cost of raising 4 turkeys would be cost effective? Turkeys are expensive.
Turkeys are very expensive to raise. No, we use 22% protein on
My
ours.
turkeys is running on $500 plus.
Yeah, since I messed my thumb up, I haven't been able to butcher our turkeys, and they're probably getting up around the $400 or $500 range now. So probably not really, but I mean,
but they're way more expensive.
They're way more. Of course, now
what you get out of it.
They probably weigh close to 40 pounds, but you know.
Yeah, and we like having our own meat, but they should have been butchered like 3 months ago.
I'm with Gail. You shouldn't use letters in math. I've never seen a Y-length board.
Nope.
Yeah, it's like X.
All right, somebody's asking about the famous Gothic pitchfork painting. We have done
We've done
picture of that. We have those.
Yeah.
We did the old Gothic, and then we changed into new Gothic. We did both pictures, and it's on our website. If you go over to deepsouthhomestead.com, I think both pictures are over there. We've showed them here on YouTube off and on, used them in different videos and different stuff throughout the years. But we did the American Gothic back, 5 years or better ago.
A long time, yeah.
It's been a long time. Never had to use algebra in my life, but I'm waiting for that day to use it. That's Patty. Hey, Patty, how are y'all? Any Bible talks in the works?
I talk about the Bible in everything I do.
But porch time somewhat. What is porch time tomorrow? Well, tomorrow, Tuesday.
Porch time is on Tuesday, but a lot of times I film it early Sunday morning, which I doubt I will in the morning because it's going to be so cold. But then again, I might just for the fun of it.
Sit and shiver while you talk.
Yeah, sitting there and just be like talking to you guys.
Somebody wants to know how we use the lard. Okay, Danny fries our eggs in it every morning.
Every morning we cook eggs in it, yeah.
I use it anytime like frying okra. That's the one thing I fry, and I don't fry it. I just put enough to cover the bottom of my pan, and I fry it on one side and flip it on the other. It takes a little time, but the okra is really good that way, and we use Star of David, so it's big okra. We use lard in, what else? The leaf lard I use in some cakes and stuff. I'm trying to think. I don't fry a whole lot, but our biggest thing is eggs every morning, right?
Yeah, the biggest thing is eggs. That's pretty much where we use it. And if we have to cook catfish or something like that.
Yeah, when we do the fish, I fry the fish.
We fry the fish in it. But we only use our homemade lard. We never use any store-bought lard or anything. No. And it's always from an animal we raised.
Yeah. Do at the cabin in front of the fire, porch time.
I could. I did a Patreon this morning in front of the fireplace at the cabin, yeah.
The fire had went out, but he went over there and did Patreon this morning.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's probably, people are saying it's one of my best Patreon videos I've done in a long time, so.
Thank you, Ron. Most folks can't do the math
on the back of a framing square. You're right, Ron. Most of them can't.
Kayla. Hey, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
Thank you for all you do and your willingness to share. Love you. Us youngsters long for and need this knowledge. Well, Kayla's going to be back this next week. And we're going to get to sit down and chat some more.
I'll put some stuff over on Patreon, Kayla, that you might be interested in. And you may already know it, but I just throwed a few things over there. Of course, when you're in person, I can tell you a little bit more.
Any more skunks? No.
No more skunks. But this week I got rid of 3 big old male boar raccoons that probably weigh 20 pounds apiece.
Do you have the okra seed for the Star of David?
Yes, we do.
But we haven't been selling it.
I haven't been selling it, but if someone sent me a private message, I might sell them some. But I can't put it up on Etsy because I don't have enough of it.
They need more Patreon videos. Yeah, I have to make him slow down to do videos now. The only way I'm getting a lot of our videos done, if y'all notice, is I'm taking a camera out while he's working and tell him just talk while he's working. That's what he's doing in the onion video that's coming up Monday. That's the easiest way because he can't do a lot as fast as he was doing because of his thumb. And now he has a kidney stone giving him a fit. So that's hindering him even more. And so we're working around Danny's issues here lately, and I've got a few coming on because I'm having hip and back problems.
Danny, what branch of the military do you like the best? Well, let's just put it this way. It would be one of the 3-letter branches, okay? I'm not going to go in. It would be one of the 3-letter branches that I like the best.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Hold on. One of the 3-letter branches and one of the 5-letter branches that I like the most.
I think several of them. You're just confusing it.
No.
Okay. Forget that. Do you make a hat?
Did you make a hat yet, Danny? No, this is my freesteading hat I have on.
The coons.
Oh, the coonskin? No. These, I don't mess with raccoons. I just throw them off and I let the buzzards have them.
We have a raccoon hat that Big Bear made.
Big Bear made me. Yeah, it's in the closet in there.
Yeah, we do have a raccoon hat, but Danny didn't make it. Big Bear made it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find.
What can I plant right now?
Oh, you can plant ryegrass, you can plant clover, you can plant greens. But it depends on what part of the country you live in. Now, if you live up there where it's snowing at, and if you're down here in God's country, you can plant a lot of things. You can plant your collards, your cabbage, your kale, your broccoli. You can plant a lot of stuff down here. But now you get up there where all that white stuff falls on the ground, you're kind of limited what you can do up there.
Frankie that came and visited a while back she says, I'm so sorry about kidney stones. She just passed one a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah. I used to manufacture them suckers.
He hasn't really had an attack since we got married. He's had one moving through the system probably for nearly 10 years. And it's decided to hang on now.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're hoping it kind of moves on out.
Technically, I'll be honest with y'all, I like all branches of the military, to be honest with you. I like the more, let's just say I like the more elite sections of them, because that's where I fit in the best at. And that's kind of my favorite parts.
Patreon does cost to watch it is $3 a month or
Yeah.
$30 for a year. It is a paid subscription. Cranberry juice is good for kidney stone. He's eating cranberry, cranberries.
Wanda made me some fresh cranberry sauce, and I've been eating on that.
He's been eating on our satsumas.
Yeah.
And
is the frost going to kill my lettuce? Probably will.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you remember what type of video? I forgot.
Did you get any of your goji berry cuttings off this year, Ron? We had some come up, but the drought hit us really, really bad, and they just didn't make it. We tried watering them and everything, it just didn't work out. Would apple cider vinegar dissolve the stone? I don't know. I drink apple cider vinegar every morning, Rita, so maybe that's why it's hurting. Maybe it's moving because of that. I don't know.
Okay, Amy was asking about the video where the girls were here and you were singing. That was in the blueberries when Faith and Hope were here picking blueberries, and you were singing in the blueberries.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the name of it or anything, but
Actually, you had me singing on a podcast and
Patreon.
Patreon.
I think there's a video over. Is it on Patreon? I put up maybe. I don't remember. I did somewhere. I've thrown it when I can sneak a clip of him singing when he's not paying any attention.
Yeah.
I've thrown it up on Patreon a few times, and I know on one of the podcasts he starts out singing a little bit, and I can't remember if there's been anywhere else. We hadn't done a podcast in a while.
We haven't. We're so busy. We're trying to get ready for what's fixing to happen in January of this year, so we're just busting our tails trying to get.
We're just hoping to get things finished up here and just be able to chill. But, well, we won't chill. We'll start next year all over again, I guess. Gardening in January, but let's see where we're at. It won't move. How long does it take a banana tree to pump out some nanas?
It takes about 18 months to be exact.
Hello from Stonewall, Mississippi. Last Cowboy Cabin. Sing a church hymn. They want you to sing a church hymn. How's the heart doing? Pretty good most of the time.
Most of the time it's doing okay. I have my days,
Danny and Patera did sing at the Great Appalachian Conference.
Yep.
If you go back to the videos, I think I have one where they were singing.
Yeah, me and Patera sang.
Tommy Alderman.
Yeah, me and Patera sang, what was it, Smoky Mountain?
So.
I forgot what the name of it was. You remember? I mean, me and her both sang it. Oh, man.
I don't know. I can't remember. But
yeah.
Then y'all started singing.
We sang a lot of gospel songs.
It would have been a live stream, probably. Didn't y'all sing them during the live stream that we did there? Tommy Alderman.
It was after the conference was over. It was at night.
I know.
At the live stream. You. No, it was me, Tommy Alderman, Patera.
Somebody else.
Starry Hilder was there, but she didn't sing with us.
I think Old Alabama Gardner. Wasn't he singing?
No, Old Alabama Gardner was there. I was trying to teach him how to live stream.
Yeah.
He couldn't figure it out. He kept saying stuff, and I told him, I said, Mr. Charles, you got to hush because you're live.
Oh, yeah, he kept saying things he wasn't supposed to. Starry did, too.
Starry did, too, yeah.
They had never live stream, but singing, there was somebody, Patty was singing.
Yeah,
Tommy.
Patty, Tommy,
there was somebody else. I know Leslie and Danny from Scratch Made were there, and the Pratts.
The Pratts, but I don't think none of them sang. I don't think
none of them were singing.
Because I remember Mike and them was sitting there looking at us.
Mike and Jenny.
Yeah.
Well, they were across the table.
Yeah.
There
was somebody else, I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember who it was.
Watch our own videos, guys.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. Twisted
Thank
Pony.
You, Twisted Pony.
Thank you.
Getting old ain't for sissies. I agree with that. I don't ever want to be young again because you ain't tough when you're young.
All right. Miss Gail says, please pray for her sister that she has cancer. They still want you to in the garden.
Can potato plants survive a frost? They can survive a light frost, but if it's going to freeze, you probably need to cut them off with a hoe or something and let them come back up. Rocky Top was what it was. Yes, Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Yeah. When does a cabbage go to seed? I've never had one go to seed.
They do it when they bolt.
Yeah. All right, somebody linked this video of them singing. I can't remember if I'm pretty sure it's still there, but it may take them a while.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ronnie Millsap, Smoky Mountain Rain.
Yep.
Y'all didn't sing
No, we didn't sing that one. It was Rocky Top's what we sang.
Yeah, it was Rocky Top.
It was Rocky Top.
And then they did gospel, and they did quite a few gospel. But I remember you and Tommy for sure. It seems like there was somebody else. I don't remember. Let's see. They still want you to sing. If he started singing now with the kidney stone, it'd probably sound like a girl.
Yeah, it sounds bad now with a kidney stone. Because, I mean, I'm gritting my teeth.
See it in his face. He's sitting being really still.
I'm trying to be real still. And every so often you'll see me, I have to just, kind of move.
Yeah. Bluebell ice cream helps kidney stones. It would help me.
It would help my feelings, but it probably wouldn't do my kidney stones any good. Or the fact, I've had guineas one time in my life, but this Wanda said she didn't want to listen to that racket all the time.
No.
Can you eat the taters from ornamental sweet potatoes? I got a lot of them from my work. A 5-gallon bucket full. I don't guess I've ever heard of ornamental sweet potatoes.
Me either. I'm sure somebody thought it was an ornamental plant and it grew sweet potatoes.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure they're probably safe. Try one, and if you get sick and have to go to the hospital, let us know. I'm just.
What happened to the Pratt's channel? I don't know what happened to Mike and Jenny.
Life
probably
with
happened to
kids.
them. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they were.
I don't. That might do a video once every now and then, but they're not religious with it like they were.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Alex, the 6 mil plastic, I wouldn't worry about any chemicals that was in it. I mean, people get all freaked out about chemicals in plastic and stuff like that. And plastic is not even going to break down in the soil for at least the first 50 years. So I don't think I'd worry about that.
He's doing the apple cider vinegar too.
Yeah, I already do the apple cider vinegar.
And the garlic for that matter. That's one thing I did this week. I roasted some garlic.
Yep.
And made a garlic paste with it. And so I'm using that.
I'm telling you, asparagus and Coke, it dissolves them. Huh. Danny, do you listen to Mike Around the World? I know who he is. I know he's a very intelligent individual, and he usually has some really good information. I don't get to listen to a lot of anybody, but...
Does planting trees depend on zones and time of year?
Yes. Planting trees, Darlene, depends on zones big time and the time of the year you plant them, everything. I mean, it's really a big deal. Wherever you live at, you really need to contact your county extension office and ask them about particular trees for your zone.
Yeah. Isn't it time to plant garlic? Yes. We planted garlic, or Danny did, a couple of days ago, and I did a little short video. Hopefully get it up this week. I did the onion planting. It should be up Monday. And I don't know. And we're hoping sometime this week to make syrup, maybe toward the weekend or something, just according to the weather. What do you do to clean the top of your high tunnel? We have not cleaned it yet.
We've never cleaned the top of ours. Our shade cloth is still on, and
I told Danny we need to take it all off and do it, but if something happens through a storm, we really thought a storm would mess it up.
Yeah, we really figured.
And that's when we'd clean it, but yours will be 3 years old in February?
Yeah.
March? We got it in February or March. And why are we early? We decided if we started early, we'd finish early, and we could go to bed. And we don't have to stay up late. Last week killed us.
Yeah.
It was total.
Hey, what's your take on Ryan Hall, y'all? Really, he may be a great guy, but I can't get into somebody who's all hyped up when it comes to the weather. That's why I only listen to the weatherman, Weatherman Plus, Mark, I'm sorry, not Mike, Mark, the Weatherman Plus. I can't get into people who get all hyped up over the weather, you know what I mean?
Or hyped up about anything.
About anything. I don't watch any videos. If I watch it for the first few minutes and somebody goes all ballistic and starts, going going freaking out on it and all that kind of stuff,
we're out of there.
I'm out of there.
I gotta have kind of calm.
Well, I ain't got no time for foolishness, know?
Yeah.
If that's what it takes you to get somebody to watch your channel, then I'm not that way. Prayers for Metcalf family. I haven't actually seen Justin. I know they were sick here a while back, but I haven't actually talked to him in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. All right, so
have you ever done intermittent fasting? I do it every night when I go to bed till the next morning.
All right, that's not what they're talking about.
I know what they're talking about.
I have at times, yes.
If I want to know the weather, I just step outside. Farmer, I hear you right. That's what I do here. But the problem is, I know too many people who know too much about the weather. And
Danny flips between a lot of channels watching weather.
When it comes to weather, I have my favorite, which is Mark. But then again, I've got some people that know more about the weather because they're tied in with the government, and I really check Mark against them. And Mark is usually pretty spot on. You know, I can probably go further out than Mark does with some things, but I don't.
He keeps it to a certain day limit.
Mark keeps it to like a 30-day limit, and I can go out probably half a year, you know, and
playing around with
just
it.
playing around with it.
All right, so y'all can put your prayer request up. It's 8 o'clock, and so what are we? Somebody's saying there is an ornamental.
There is an ornamental sweet potato.
They said they're bitter, so they're not worth it.
I saw somebody say they had one time growing up on a mailbox out by a road, and because I thought it was a sweet potato, and they said, "Oh no, it's an ornamental sweet potato."
Okay. BP Earthwatch. Now we watch BP Earthwatch some. He is here in Mississippi.
Hey, I've known Jesse for years.
We kind of keep up with him.
Yeah.
Used to, he put out more videos like when things were coming in. Now he waits. He doesn't do them as often, seems like, as he was. He's kind of slowed up some.
Did y'all both grow up on farms as kids? I did. Wanda did not. Wanda was a city girl.
Do we have a freeze dryer? Yes, we do. And we have freeze dryer videos.
Thoughts about Florida's weather last 2 storms. Let me put it to you this way. Anytime a state goes against the federal government in any kind of a way, watch that state. They will have massive weather issues. I mean, all you got to do is just watch. I'm not going to go into details, but just watch what happens.
Do you think a 20 by 40 high tunnel is big for our first greenhouse? It's a good size.
It's a good size. I think if the bigger you can afford, the bigger you should get.
How much wood does it take to live for a year?
We in the deep south go through about 4 or 5 cords here in the deep south.
I saw somebody said they had lost their husband, and I didn't catch the name.
I've seen that way long ago.
I wasn't exactly a city girl. Now, when I say city girl, I lived in a small town, and I lived on what was called Park Avenue, but it was the extension, and Park Avenue ran from the park right down through the edge of, like, by the city town.
Your daughter's giving you away.
What'd she say?
She says, my mom was a city girl. She called roads streets.
I know, I can't help it.
Yep.
But I went to
telltale. I
went to a school that was in town, and I lived just outside of town. Like, it was an extension of Park Avenue. And I tell people I was raised on Park Avenue, which I really was. That was the name of the street, but and I called everything a street. And when I got married, I lived out in the country, and I'd say something about the street, and I got in trouble all the time because I called everything a street. So now I try to call it a road.
Yeah, she says you turned out to be a good country girl, though.
I did.
It
took me 40 years.
It took her a long time, but she finally got there.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
Let's see. There's going to be some snow, actually. And Ms. Lippy should be getting some snow here pretty soon.
She said she's supposed to get a...
Yeah, Ms. Lippy's going to get a little dust in the snow. Arkansas is going to get some snow. Tennessee's going to get some snow. Missouri's going to get some snow. Colorado's going to get some snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, you guys get your... Before we do our prayer request, get your art... For your art contest over to Spags LLC,
Oh, you
link will
said
be
Justin's brother died, they think.
okay.
Oh, man.
We'll have to
I
check
had
with
to
Billy
check
and
on
find
that.
out.
Yeah.
I didn't even really know he had a brother. I thought he was an only child.
I don't know. I didn't.
I really thought he was an
I
only
did.
child.
I guess I did too. I didn't know.
Yeah. Spags LLC, the link will be in the description for kids' art, whether they paint, draw, color, whatever they want to do, send it in because we are going to be hosting one kid's drawing or art in our cabin because I'm going to be decorating the cabin for Christmas. I'm going to be putting up all kinds of stuff, probably going to get some of my grandkids over to help and see if we can get that done after Thanksgiving. Because Danny and I are going to spend Thanksgiving in our cabin. That's usually what we do. What else? Sing more.
Oh man. Let's see here. Lots of people saying they got snow coming. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, you've got some snow coming. This system coming through is going to be a humdinger. But you know what? It's going to warm up right behind it because we're on a roller coaster.
They did say his brother died and he had a sister. Okay, I don't know. I didn't know he had a brother or sister.
Well, I don't know nothing about his family.
No, just what we've talked to him.
Uh,
If you had an old mobile home for storage that had mold, would it hurt plants in the winter?
No, plants don't care about mold.
They usually grow in moldy.
Yeah.
Is there an age limit for the drawings?
18.
I think.
18 years old is the age limit for the drawing, Shelley.
Yeah. Let's see. Sing Alabama's. Oh, y'all don't get him started. He loves Alabama.
I
That's
love
his
Alabama.
favorite
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Usually I catch him singing Alabama.
She usually catches me something. You videoed me one time. I don't know what you did
I
with
put it on. I think I put it on.
Did you put it on a podcast or or Patreon
or Freesteading?
Freesteading. I don't know. You put it on one of them.
I put it somewhere because y'all, when I do stuff, I don't remember what I do. Just y'all just have to go all over the place hunting stuff.
Yeah.
It says Jeff Cook from Alabama passed away.
I did see that. Yes, I did.
I did not. I didn't know that.
Yep, I did see that.
Have you ever grown elephant garlic? That's what
we just planted. It was elephant garlic. We've been growing it for years.
Macmillan Urban Gardening is the one that said her husband passed away.
Okay. We're talking about starting a live stream at 7:00 every week. We're thinking about it.
Yeah, because during the winter, now we might change it back in the fall, the summer, because the summer Danny usually is wheeling in here on two wheels trying to get through outside.
Yeah.
So
there are angels among us.
Well, okay, if you want me to film you, you got to come to Deep South.
Yeah, you have to be here.
It's kind of hard for me to film you long distance, but I could film you up close. Steve Perry. Do you sing any Steve Perry?
No, I don't sing any Steve Perry. I mean, my favorites are Alabama.
That's his big.
That's probably one of my best. And I do like some Ray Bolts. I like a lot. I like Ray Bolts. Different, just old timey gospel hymns. I like, Just a Little Talk with Jesus, things like that. I used to be the bass singer for that, and then I was the lead singer for one particular group. So I mean, it's been a long time. I took voice lessons when I was young, and one of those things that if you don't use it, you lose it. And I actually haven't sang in a long time.
Yeah. Oak Ridge Boys. Now I like some Oak Ridge Boys.
I like the Oak Ridge Boys. I really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like them. I mean,
Amy said to keep Christopher's friend. He's 12 years old. He made it through surgery. They had to remove the cancer. It's one of my daughter's son's friends from school. And they're deciding. I did see the post where they're deciding the next step.
Okay. Song of the South, Sweet Potato Pie, and I Shut My Mouth. Yep. Or She's a Lady, Down on Love.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Lots of good songs.
There's lots of good ones there.
What did you not do?
Well,
He wasn't a doctor or a lawyer.
I have been a doctor.
Well, technically.
I have been a doctor, yes.
But not with a degree.
I had a degree. It was about 103.
Whatever.
I've saved people's lives. I've cost people lives. You know,
that's just wrong.
I don't know how else to put it. I've seen people live. I've seen people die.
Charlie Pride. Now, I love Charlie Pride.
I like me some Charlie Pride now. Yep.
Charlie Pride was one of my favorite singers from the time I was little.
Yep. Feels so right, Joe Mama. That is exactly right.
And y'all, over on Freesteading, if anybody's in the Mississippi group, I put up a post about Mississippi, trying to get people interested in the state of Mississippi. All the singers that were associated with Mississippi. A lot of them lived in Mississippi. Several of them were born in Mississippi or lived in Mississippi sometime during their lifetime. And you'd just be surprised how many good singers Mississippi has. I mean, most people just don't even think about that Mississippi was the home of Elvis, which was king of rock and roll, and then the home of what was the guy that sang, he was thought of as the king of blues.
Oh.
I won't think of his name, but anyway, he was from Mississippi too. And so you had a lot of good people from all genres from Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, me. Kiss an Angel, Good Morning.
Yeah.
Ronnie Millsap.
I like Ronnie Millsap.
I like Mississippi Rain. Yep. I like some Tim McGraw. I'm not going to lie about that.
Yeah, so we've got a lot. Do you ever watch?
Did you ever watch Hee Haw?
Oh, yes.
Only every
episode
they ever made.
And it was only because my daddy loved Hee Haw. And when my oldest son, John, was about 2 years old, my mom and dad went to something in Tennessee, BB King, and they came back and brought him the Hee Haw overalls. And John wore those overalls forever till he wore the knees out of them.
Me and Wanda was sitting here the other day watching a video, and I told her, I said, we was looking at it, and I told her, I said, now that right there talking about the Mississippi River, I said, this ain't the first time it's went dry.
Nope.
I said, because Hank Williams Jr. had a song come out many, many years ago where the preacher man says it's the end of time and the Mississippi River, she said, going dry, and you only get mugged if you go downtown and all this kind of stuff, you know. So
it's fitting today.
And it fits today just perfectly. Thank you, Twisted Pony.
Danny, you need to take Miss Wanda on a date night. We had one last night.
We had one last night.
Papa and Mama had
had them to watch Hee Haw.
Yeah. No, Daddy loved it. That was one of his favorite things, watch Hee Haw.
Now you talk about some good Christmas music. I've got some of the best Christmas music in the world. It's by Kenny G. Now I know there's no words in it. He's a saxophone player, but my house has a stereo system that's all throughout the whole house, and we got speakers in every room in the house, up in the ceilings and all that. And when you plug in some Kenny G, I'm gonna tell you what, man, it's something else.
See, they listing all kinds of people that were associated with Mississippi. Yeah, I did that over on Freesteading in the Mississippi State thing. Because a lot of people don't realize that Mississippi is rich in music, which doesn't mean other states aren't either, but there's a lot of good people from Mississippi, including Danny and Wanda.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. T. Prada says, I love me some Kenny G. Ann says, I like me some Kenny G. Everybody see a Kenny G. The guy has some fantastic music now.
Yeah.
Everything nowadays is too, I don't know, it's done with equipment and all kinds of stuff. It's
all the same.
And nothing
People's voices are all the same.
Yeah.
They pick a certain type of voice, and then everybody sings that way for a while. And then they'll pick a different voice, and everybody sings that way for a while. There's no distinction, because when I hear voices there's slight nuances maybe, but back in the day when Charlie Pride started singing, you knew it was Charlie Pride. You didn't have no doubt in your mind. When Elvis Presley started singing, you knew who it was.
Yeah, you used to know a singer by their voice instantaneously because they just had a tone about them.
Nowadays, their voices are so close, and if you listen on a regular basis, yeah, you know who's who, but they're not that different. They sing so much alike, to usually you know them by their song.
Patty says, what were thoughts on the elections this month? I think it was a Patriots Nurse video. I told her, gosh, probably 3 months ago who was going to win this election. I'd already been told, it's happening exactly the way I told her.
And they're going to drag it out.
Yeah.
So don't spaz over it. Just
don't pay any. Look, just.
And I am from Mississippi too. I was born in Columbia, and for anybody that's in the vicinity of Columbia, Mississippi, they do a big, huge, small town Christmas lights and the whole 9 yards. They usually have a setup for ice skating, and I mean, it's gorgeous. The lights, they do light shows and stuff. They've been doing it for about 3 or 4 years, and Danny and I went a couple of years ago, and it was absolutely beautiful at night. They do it for about 3 or 4 weeks. I guess they're doing it again this year.
Yeah, I mean, everybody,
B.B. King was the king of blues, yes.
All right. Lots of people, I mean, there's just, I am not a one person. I listen to lots of different people.
Yeah, Jerry Clower was the #1 comedian from Mississippi.
Yeah.
My daddy loved to shoot that thing.
Shoot that thing, yeah.
Oh, it was funny. Charlie Rich, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Experience Columbia.
Yes, type in Experience Columbia on a Google search and it'll take you to it. I did a video showing a little bit of it when we were there. And that's been maybe 3 years ago. I can't remember. Ode to Billy Joe. Yeah, I remember that song. It was so popular when I was a kid.
Yes. Yes, they're doing it again, Wanda, they said.
Okay.
McMillan Urban Garden said.
Let's see.
I
don't sing. I can play the piano, but I only play by notes, and I usually only play gospel. I play very little of anything else, and it is the old-timey shape note gospel, and most people don't like to listen to me. They might, but they're used to fancy music, and I don't do fancy music.
Yeah.
I do my own little thing and in my own world when I play the piano.
Yep.
And it's probably been close to 10 years since I played. 7 or 8 anyway.
Tennessee Ernie Ford. 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Oh, man. Okay.
We got to go.
We got to get off here, guys. We got to...
We said we wasn't staying long, and see, it's already 8:20.
I know it. This is terrible. This is terrible. We got to say a prayer for these people.
Messed up hair.
Me and my wife. Miss Wanda's always worrying about my hair. I don't care about my hair.
My hair. Not much.
I don't have enough to worry about. Yeah, Debbie goes, I'll fly away. Yep.
Oh, I love
that song.
That's one of my favorite hymns there.
Yep. Okay. Father, we thank you so much for giving us a good night tonight. It's been a blessed night, Lord. We've enjoyed the fellowship with everyone here. And Father, we just thank you for your kindness, your generosity, your love towards us, Father. And Lord, you're always doing more for us than what we deserve. And Father, there's been a lot of requests come in tonight. There's been those that's lost loved ones. There's those that's going through cancer treatments, Father, and all types of other physical issues, some surgeries. And Father, I never cease to be amazed at how many people are in need today, Father. And Wanda and I are no exception to the rule. We are all in need. And Father, we just pray that your grace and your mercy will help to get us through all these things, that we can have healing for our bodies, Lord. Help us to get beyond the circumstances that seem to enthrone our bodies and try to take them over. We know the old serpent's out to destroy our bodies, Lord, and that's why we pray earnestly that you'll help us to be able to find healing for our bodies. Even, Lord, through our vegetables that we raise, or whether it be through modern medicine or whatever it is, Father, that we get healing for our bodies. And I pray that my biggest prayer request is that we can have supernatural healing so that we can give you the total honor and glory for all of it now. And Lord, as we move into the months that are ahead of us that are very uncertain months, the things that may be coming upon us, Father, I pray that each and every one of us will be able to find our refuge, our place of safety. We'll be prepared as best as we can. And Lord, that we will most of all look to you for our substance and our living and our ability to survive, Father. And most of all, I pray that we'll look to you for our salvation. I mean, that's the main thing, because without our salvation, it doesn't matter if we gain the whole world and lose our soul, Father, we've lost it all. So go with us through the night. Help us to be able to rest comfortably, sleep good, and stay warm in the cold weather that's coming our way now. We love you and we appreciate you, and forgive us where we fail the kingdom of heaven now. We ask this in thy name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, I've got one thing I do need to ask, and I'm not trying to sell our books or anything, but anybody that would like any of Danny's books or my cookbook for Christmas, I ask that you go ahead and order within the next 3 weeks or so, because once it hits right after Thanksgiving, last year and the year before, we got a lot of stuff lost, so it would be better if you order ahead of time. I've ordered up extra books for Danny and I for his books, and my cookbooks are here. And try to order in the next 3 weeks if it's all possible, so that you don't get your stuff lost in shipping. Because once Black Friday hits, everything's downhill till after Christmas. And so our Etsy store will be open, but I'm hoping that everybody will order ahead of time and then possibly wait till the first of the year when it hits the worst part right around Christmas, so that we don't lose stuff.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, thank you guys. I'm just trying to get it where I can get to stuff.
You got to stop over here first.
I know, but I'm taking that big chat down.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you was doing there. You kind of freaking me out there for a moment.
No, I was just taking a big chat down. But guys, thank you for stopping by, and we'll see y'all hopefully. Oh, your tip. You forgot a tip. Do you have a tip?
Oh,
before
man.
We do anything?
Let's see here. Gosh, so much I can not talk about.
What did I do? Something went away. Oh, I know where it's at. I gotta find it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Gosh. There's so much come through me this week that, oh man.
Yeah, we forgot about tip. We were just being.
Well, I mean, there's so much you just can't really go out and talk about openly on a live stream, you know. I mean,
starting. Well, they want to know about January, but really in January, starting things with the.
There is.
Is it dust storms?
Well, no, there's a debris field in around the 1st of January, the first week in January. Let's just put it that way. There's a debris field that's going to be coming through our atmosphere here, and you might see outer space. I got to choose the right words. You might see outer space fragments making contact with things on the earth more frequently than we're used to.
Yeah, and just be prepared for that.
Just be prepared for it. Don't be scared or this or that. But they are saying that starting the first week of January, we could start to see outer space fragments like pieces of meteorites and stuff like this hitting the earth in lots of places.
And then you're gonna, even now, I think Dutch sense. We pay attention to Dutch
Well,
sense.
Wanda watches Dutch Sense. I
do.
don't watch Dutch Sense.
But I do, and the earthquakes are kind of starting to rumble more. So just paying attention to those things in your area.
If I get the chance and I can get my hands on it, I will try to get a map of the new fault zones in the United States and show you the places that's at high risk for massive earthquakes, because it's not the places that you would think. There's new fault zones all in the United States, and I'm trying to get my hands on the map, and if I can, I will put it on Patreon. I'm not going to put it on YouTube. I'll put it over on Patreon.
Yeah, they're saying the 7.5 just out. There's been several 7s in the last 3 days, and Dutch Sense shows a lot of. I watched today. He showed some things that he doesn't show all the time, but he pops them up for just a short period of time, like 3 or 4 seconds, and he takes them down. And you have to be paying attention when he does that, and you have to have a working knowledge of how everything works, and it helps to do that, just to keep up. A lot of people do Suspicious Observer. Now, I don't watch.
We don't watch Suspicious Observer.
I've watched maybe one of theirs in the past.
Yeah.
But they are another one that most people keep up with. Dutch Sense on earthquakes.
There is, I'll put it to you this way. There's a new fault zone down through the Appalachian Mountains. There's a new fault zone going through Virginia, going up through to New York, up through there. I'm trying to get my hands on the map so that I can show it to people, and but it will be over on Patreon now. And I don't know if I can get my hands on the new flood zone map, because the one you see on the internet is not accurate.
Yeah.
It's not accurate at all. This one of the 3-letter branches of the United States government makes a new map every month because of new data coming in.
Yeah.
The New Madrid is not really one of the new fault lines that they're talking about. There is one going through Texas, Appalachian, Virginia, Colorado. There's some new fault zones, and the government is moving things around based on these new fault lines.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and keep Dutch in your prayers. He's having a lot of issues with these. I guess you could call it. What do you call them? Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. He had a lot of people are trying to pull Dutch Sense's channel down because they're saying that he is spreading fear and mass panic. So you guys have to just take it with a grain of salt. Don't get upset. Just watch it like I do. I just like to know what's going on with earthquakes.
Yeah,
just because I find it interesting.
Well, let's put it this way. Also, you're going to see some rising water level issues in the future. I'll put it to you that way. I'm not going to give you a time zone, a time frame, or anything like that, but it's going to be a substantial amount of water rise in the near future.
Okay, guys, we got to go. We'll talk to you guys later. Y'all be safe. Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes to the skies.